Hello, everyone. Hi. Oh, faces. Some I know, some I don't know. Everyone's still alive.
I
Okay, I'm just gonna mute everyone. Sorry, it's just for like so much background noise in case that pops up. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to mute you, Maria. Okay, awesome. We're just gonna wait a few minutes for everyone to kind of like hop on in.
I set it to like show a grid view, but it's not showing.
Do you see people along the top?
No. Me. I was like, I want to see everybody. Let's see. What's this? On top?
Hello, everyone. There's a chat box below.
Welcome, everyone.
Jeanette, long time no see. College times, man.
I don't know why it's not showing.
Hello, hello.
See.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get a gallery view so I can see everyone. Because unless they talk, it doesn't show their screen.
So I think that's the setting I have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have it. It's set to display up to 49 participants. But it's not. Yeah.
Oh, your mom's coming in. Yay!
Oh, nice. How's everybody doing today?
I know. I want to start right away, but I know some people are still trickling in.
Oop. Yeah, I guess I won't be able to see everybody.
We have someone from Paris. That is so cool.
Welcome. Thank you for joining. So, Trang, you were saying that you have it set to only show who's talking?
Yeah, because there's only like, they only had those options of either like one person talking. They didn't have the one where it's like all grid. I don't think I could choose from.
Okay.
But it was already preset in the meeting, so I don't know if we can change it now.
Okay, well, I think I found it. It was like almost blocked by the toolbar. Ah, yay! There we go. I can see everybody now. Or at least as many as my screen can.
Yeah, I only see like 6 people on top. I have to toggle between each one. Good morning from Melbourne, Jing. It's been a long time.
Hope everyone's been hanging in there.
Oh.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes. Okay, let's just get started because I'm just so excited. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone, for coming out and supporting us here at the Happy Healing Shop. We'll be having future events, so make sure to subscribe to us on Facebook, Instagram, or our website, thehappyhealingshop.com. Also, our blog and YouTube channel have lots of free content about tarot, psychic mediumship, Reiki, energy healing, astrology, and more. If this technology works the way we want it to, this session is being recorded, so we will be uploading this session to YouTube. Because the answers we get today can benefit many people in the future that watch it. Everyone's on mute, so there's no noise interference from like dogs or kids or that kind of stuff. If you guys have any questions for us or want to talk amongst each other, you can chat, type in the chat box below. And yeah, just want to kind of ask first, like, how is everyone doing? Like, I know we have people from Australia, so you guys just rolled out of bed. So if you're tired, thank you for waking up. I am not a morning person. So maybe people are bored from the quarantine. Or it's like 6 o'clock in DC, so nighttime. A little bored. Yeah, that's why we did this, because I was getting bored.
Anyone going stir crazy yet? Yeah, kids at home are tough. Oof. I know it's quite an adjustment if you got kids running around, you're trying to work from home too.
I know, getting a routine. My routine got worse. I sleep at 2 a.m. and roll out of bed and make sure I'm on the computer, so it looks like I'm working. New hobbies. Yeah, so where's everyone calling in from? We have some we have Hollywood. We have someone from Paris. We have Virginia people. I know there's 2 Australians. Ooh, there's 2 people waiting in the waiting room. All right.
San Francisco.
LA, Silicon Valley. We have. Woo-hoo. VA, that's where I'm from. So all these people over there from Virginia, I probably know them. Okay, so before we start, I'm just going to explain a little of who exactly we're going to be talking to today. So my grandpa is here, I think. Hopefully, I forgot to even ask you to bring him in, but he's amazing. He's wise like Buddha. And then we also have Maria's spirit guides, and your spirit guides are probably here too. So to explain this a bit, believe it or not, you each have a group of like, imagine it's like a team or like a board of directors on the other side in the afterlife who are helping you along this journey in life. So some of them may even be some of your loved ones who have passed away as well. So pretty much there's just a lot of spirits with us right now. And we have a lot of people on the line and probably a lot of questions today. So to make this efficient, 1, if you guys have questions for humanity or the human population, I'll try to give those priority first. 2, if you're looking for a personal message from a loved one, like, you know, my dad passed away, does he have any messages for me? Please type in your name and also the name of the person you're trying to reach. That way we can, it'll help us call them forward and just pluck them out of the crowd a lot faster. And then finally, for legal purposes, because there might be some medical questions, Maria and I are not licensed medical professionals. We just have to say that. So before we start, I'd like to ask if Grandpa is here.
Yep, I called them in along with angels and my personal guides, my loved ones, and also I asked for all of your guides and any beings that are working with you who want to provide information today to come through as well. So we've got quite a lot of beings here to help today.
Awesome. Does he have any messages for everyone that's come today? Kind of like a themed message that he usually does.
So he immediately said changing times. Basically, we are practicing right now so that we can learn how to adapt for these changing times, because we've all gotten stuck in a rut. We've been very much like kind of in the matrix, if you will, grinding every day, kind of get hung up doing a certain thing over and over, certain things over and over. And this is forcing us to be dynamic. And this is necessary for where we're going, as where humanity is going, because we couldn't continue to be healthy and happy as we continue down this kind of route. Like, we were losing touch with who we are as, I guess you could say, infinite beings. And so this is actually a very spiritual time for everybody, because it's forcing them to actually be more aware of their thoughts, desires, their feelings, their intuition, and also reconnecting people with family and friends in different ways, and learning that we can be connected in different ways. So that's what he's talking about. Changing times is kind of the theme here, as we all probably could relate to that a lot, because most of our lives have been disrupted in various ways. So that's what he's bringing through as kind of the theme for today.
Cool. Okay, I see people on the side already typing other questions. So let's see here from Arnold. Sorry if I butcher anyone's names. My dad, Maurice, passed away in January. Does he have any messages for me?
Okay, so let me bring. Okay. Okay, so it feels like he is acknowledging that you've been weighed down by this passing. It's been weighing heavily on your mind. It's been something that you've been still struggling with, and he wants to acknowledge you for that, and he wants you to know that he is crossed over on the other side. He is happy. It feels like he's reunited with, I see a woman with him. I also see, it feels like almost like a countryside setting that he's in right now. I actually see several women. One's older, one's maybe like, one's like significantly older than the other. I see an older man with him as well. He just feels he has a very down-to-earth energy now. I don't know if he was like that in life, but he has a very down-to-earth energy. He's very sweet, he's smiling, very warm energy coming off of him. And he's saying he's very proud of you. And he knows that you're being hard. I don't know, it feels like maybe you're being hard on yourself with this passing. And you're probably thinking of all these different things you could have done or said even, but he's at peace. He's very much at peace. He's with you. It feels like when you're outside, there's a way he likes to communicate with you. I feel like there's, I don't know if it's like butterflies or birds, like flying creatures. So that feels like a way he likes to communicate with you through flying insects and birds. It feels like he really feels connected with you, like when you're taking a walk, when you're out outside. It feels like that's something he enjoyed, almost like walks or, I don't know, looking at the trees. Like it feels like he connected with that in some way. So he wants everyone in the family to know that he is safe, he's happy, and he is very proud of you. He loves you all very much, and that he's with you. And he's saying again to look out for, I guess, butterflies and birds. That's something, that's one of his signs, or two of his signs.
Okay, from Celine. My father passed away when I was 11. His name was Louis, or Luis. I would love to have a message from him.
Okay, nice. He's very happy to get to come forward right now. It feels like he's been trying to communicate for a long time. And so he's talking about your childhood, and he's talking about how difficult it was to know that, like, he carried around a lot of guilt for not being able to be with you as you grew up. And he's tried to make his presence known, but he knows that there were some very difficult times in your life where you were kind of maybe doubting if he was around, or like it was just like a tumultuous time where, or it could even been like on and off, where you were really starting to doubt like maybe if he was even around. But then part of you also kind of sensed him at the same time. So he's saying to trust the feeling of when you're sensing him, because he's around you all the time. And he was saying, he's mentioning high school. He's making it sound like high school was a particularly tough time for you, where you were wishing that you had that support. And he was proud of you to watch you grow, but also he knew that you really could have used that extra support. So he's very sorry that he couldn't be there with you during that time physically, but he was with you every step of the way as you grew. He has crossed over. I see an older woman with him. I see a man who appears to be middle-aged with him. Or maybe it could have been 30s. There's a guy with him that looks like he's like maybe 30s or 40s. At least that's how he's presenting now. He's talking about like a grandmother figure being really important in your life. That's what it feels like. I don't know if the grandmother kind of feels like maybe his mom that kind of helped out, I guess. So he's just acknowledging that grandmother presence, that grandmother energy. So he's very thankful for all the people who came in to support you, but wishes that he could have been there. And he loves you very much. He loves the family very much, and he's happy and he's safe on the other side. I'm also seeing a dog, by the way, with me as well.
Awesome. I love it when you see dogs. I'm like, oh. All right, Marianne, hello. Thanks for hosting. Thank you guys for coming. Want to see if Mom Phil is doing, how she's doing, and if she has any messages for me.
Oh, she's coming through very beaming today. She is her energy is very light, and she's wearing all white right now, and she's just trying to, Marianne, she's trying to give you a lot of positive energy right now. She feels like, I don't know, she's bolstering your energy. She's trying to kind of be around you with that energy to kind of build that up for you during this tough time. It feels like you've been very anxious lately, and you've been kind of, I don't know, there's just been an extra worry on your mind. I know you have anxiety, but it might be more than normal. So she's saying that she's been bringing that energy in to support you with your dad, and she wants you to know that you're going to be okay. It feels like you have that worry, like, am I going to be okay? You're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. She just wants you to keep taking your supplements. And she's sending lots of love to you and your husband. And she's saying she's been dancing a lot. But that the main thing she's saying that you've been concerned about is just kind of easing your anxiety, and she just wants you to know you're going to be okay and that she has your back.
Okay. I don't know how to say this name. I am Nilgun, Nilgun, and my dad's name is Ibrahim. He passed away over 3 years ago. If there's any message, I would appreciate it.
Oh, he came in fast. Very gentle soul, at least how he's presenting himself. He's dressed up kind of nice. He's wearing a long sleeved kind of dress shirt, but it's like a little open up here. So he's presenting himself kind of dressed up today. I heard him say, "Don't worry." And I'm asking him, what's he talking, like, what exactly is he saying don't worry about? Okay, he's giving me like a little list. So he's saying, one, don't worry about him. He said, oh, it feels like when he passed away, it makes me feel like the family was kind of wondering if it was really like maybe his time, or if they were kind of, I don't know, I guess they felt like they wish they had more time with him or something like that. There's something around his passing, his time, like the time around it. It feels like maybe he didn't have, if it was felt like maybe could he have stayed around longer or something like that. It was his time. So when he passed away, he crossed right over. He didn't linger around. He went right to the other side. And he said he was greeted by a lot of people. I'm seeing a big family, a lot of ancestors, a lot of relatives of his came to bring him to the other side. And I'm not sure if you're like a freelancer, or if the nature of your work is maybe unstable sometimes, or has been in the past, but he's offering a reassuring message, like, don't worry, that you're going to be taken care of. And he's also saying, don't worry about this virus, that he knows it's scary. But he wants you to just focus on staying safe, and he knows you're going to be okay, and he's watching over you. He's always with you. He keeps showing me, like, I don't know if it's your work you do, or like there's a creativity around you. You have a lot of creativity around you. So I guess that opens you up a little bit to his energy. So he's just acknowledging that, and sending you so much love, sending the family love. He wants everyone to know he's okay, he's happy, he's crossed over, and that it was very peaceful, a very peaceful transition for him.
All right. Luke would like to speak to his mother, Debbie, if she is coming through.
Okay.
Thank you, in caps.
Okay. Debbie, I feel like Debbie has a sense of humor. She is, I don't know, at least the way she's presenting herself, is she has a sense of humor. She's presenting herself around in her, like, 50s, I would say. They don't always present the age they died. They present the age that is either most recognizable, or is kind of representing an age they're comfortable with. She's coming through with a big smile, and she's very, very happy to be here. I'm asking her what she wants to say. Oh, she's a love bug. She's just like, I love you so much. I love you so much. And I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I love you so much. I'm happy. She's also saying, there's like this, it feels like maybe like a little heirloom or something. Like it's, I don't know if it's like a pin or a brooch, or there's something. Maybe it's some sort of accessory, but she's acknowledging that it's something that it feels like it's something of hers, and she's acknowledging that that it's being kept, and then also she's saying thank you so much for all the love from you and the family, and she's also just wants you to know that she's at peace, and she says no regrets. That's what she says, no regrets. So she loves you, and she says thank you so much for letting her come through today.
So from Mimi, I newly discovered I'm expecting. Congratulations! And it is my first pregnancy. I would love to hear if my grandparents on either side of my family have anything to say, as I am sorry they are not here to share time with this child. Halmani is just the Korean name for grandmother. So I guess that's how they say grandmother in Korean. That is what I call her. Neither side spoke English, which is fine because the spirits, they translate to English. It's FYI, everyone.
It comes to me and like, and if they use my clear audience, that I hear them in English, or they'll send me images, videos, feelings, emotions, sensations, things like that. So luckily there's a variety of ways that I get to hear them on the other side. very happy. They're very, very happy. They're so proud. So I don't know why they're showing me a boy, a baby boy. Oh, sorry. I'm not sure if you wanted to know or not. I apologize. It just kind of comes through in a flow. Sorry about that. So they're just like so happy and they're so proud, and they're gonna really watch over this baby. They're gonna watch over the pregnancy. They're gonna watch over this baby. It feels like you're ready, to have this baby. It's a very welcomed addition to the family. I feel like I'm seeing a couple siblings, one or two siblings, and I guess they're just excited to see the family grow. They want you to know you're going to be okay during this time. They're saying to rest, to make sure you get a lot of rest. Don't push yourself too hard. They just want to see you take care of yourself. Don't try to push yourself too hard during the pregnancy. They just keep smiling. They're just so happy. So I think that's the message they want to give to you, is that they're very happy. They're very excited. They're looking forward to getting to I guess like look after this baby, and they're so happy the family is growing. They're sending you so much love, and they're very happy on the other side as well. Very high energy spirits.
Moon, I do not know many of my ancestors that have passed over. However, is there a message that they would like to provide?
Okay. Let's see. I'm seeing two men. There's several people, but I'm seeing two men come forward, kind of standing up, I guess, forward, and then there's more people in the background. There's an older man, and then maybe actually it's like the other guy's kind of older too, but one is definitely much older. I'm seeing father's side. It feels like one of them's from the father's side of the family. Could be the oldest one, the oldest spirit that's showing themselves here. Sorry, there's a lot of them. So okay, so let me focus on these two. Okay. They're kind of serious. They're not like super peppy, the two that are coming forward. I think they maybe have more serious personalities, or are just that's just how they express themselves. Some spirits kind of, they can, if they're coming forward to talk to you, they kind of retain a little bit of that kind of style that they had in life, but they can also make changes to that as well. So it's interesting to see how they come through. For this, man, I'm seeing the older one kind of draws my attention more. It feels like he passed away a while ago. And I feel like there was some sort of illness involved with him that maybe led to his passing. And they feel more protective than anything. They feel like they have kind of a more serious protective energy. So that's kind of the energy they're giving off here. And they're not the most talkative, but I think what they want you to know is that you're being protected, and that you actually have quite a lot of ancestors that are actively working with you, and I guess guiding you, protecting you in your life. It feels like they've helped you through some really tough situations. They're very attached to your energy. yeah, it feels like there were some close calls or something that happened, and it feels like these two are kind of protective in that way. Like they kind of watch your back if you've had some close, like scary encounters, or I don't know, they're very guardian like. So I think they just want you to know that you're protected and you're looked after in life.
All right, from Rhiannon. Does my Uncle Stephen have any messages for us about what is going on in the world right now? And do any of my spirit guides have an answer on when or if I'm going to get pregnant? So I guess the first one is what's going on in the world, and then second is when will be pregnancy.
I don't know why, but I guess Steven kind of gives off this interesting, like analytical vibe almost. Like he has a good brain, or he had a really good brain. He brings in this kind of this intelligent kind of this very like brainy kind of energy. And so he's saying that he's saying patience is really the key right now. Patience is he's saying that especially with people being stuck inside, patience is difficult because people want to get out, they want to get back to their routines, but he's saying the key is to be patient because there's a lot, he's showing like gears are turning and we just have to let them turn. And so he's saying to be patient with yourself and to be patient, and this is also for everyone, just to be patient with what's happening right now, because that's one of the most powerful things to help get you through this, is to know that it's turning some very necessary gears so that that the world can evolve to something much better. But he's acknowledging that it's going to be a little bit messy, but it's going to be for the good. And he's saying like, I wish you could see how it turns out, because it would help people a lot. He said time and patience, that's really the big thing that he could give. And then he's saying about the pregnancy, I'm seeing 1 to 2 years. It feels like I feel like there's a little girl spirit around you that could potentially be the pregnancy. And it's really about the timing. So when it's really like a divine, almost like the best way to describe it is for the pregnancy, it's like divine timing, that the forces around you will make sure the baby is coming in at the time it needs to come in. So he's saying to be patient with that as well, because it feels like there is a little spirit that's assigned to you that's going to be coming in 1 to 2 years.
Okay, from EM, what roles do spirit guides have in informing people and society, and how do we contribute to helping a greater good?
Okay, that's a great question. I love that. So spirit guides there's different types of spirit guides that help us with different things or different phases of life. So some spirit guides are with us for maybe childhood, and then they switch to a different spirit guide for the teenage years maybe. And I think there are some spirit guides that stay with you throughout life, but they can evolve and change as you need different guidance in your life, as your life continues to morph and change. So spirit guides work with you. They can't violate your free will, but they can, if you ask for help especially, they can help point you in the right direction. They can give you signs. They can help bring ideas into your mind that kind of get you down a certain path. But if they're not going to force you to do anything, because free will cannot be violated by any being. So you have to ask for help. Even if you don't ask, it's not like they're going to be completely hands off, but they're going to be more limited. So it's not to acknowledge them and to say, like, I'm open to any guidance that you're offering me, show me some signs, help point me in the right direction. Can you help me get to this tough time? And they are going to back you up. So it's different from loved ones. They serve a different role on the other side. They're not quite guides, but they're more just like these loving energies that are with you, and they kind of support you and support your energy. But they don't function the exact same way that guides do. Guides are assigned to you in this life for specific reasons, and they're contracted to help you in those certain ways. So as a society, the way we listen to our guides can help us to morph and change as a society. So if more people open themselves up to more clearly acknowledging the guidance from the spirit guides, then, you know, people might start living some more wholesome, or like, I guess you could say, like fulfilled lives. Maybe answers would come to you sooner. You wouldn't have to learn as many hard lessons. But yeah, they're there. You just have to ask for their help, or just talk to them. And they'll talk to you in so many ways. They'll talk to you through other people. They'll talk to you in dreams. You'll feel things, you'll sense things, you'll get these sparks of intuition or insight. So also an important thing to notice is to just keep your mind open to many infinite types of ways they might try to communicate with you. Did that answer the question?
Okay, and then Jeanette, career. I am currently going through a quarter life crisis with career. Right now, I make decent money and my coworkers love me, but I'm starting to get bored and I'm a bit unhappy because I feel like I suck at my job. Oh, and it really brings me down. I think I do enough to get by, and I think that they keep me on the team because they like me as a person. Will I find something in the near future that I'm good at and will make the same amount of money I do now? You are not alone, Jeanette. Just let you know that.
Not at all. This kind of conundrum, a lot of people face this, especially in the way the jobs have been structured historically. It's kind of a common issue that people face, and you do outgrow things. And really and this is something that more and more people are going to be coming up against, is as the energy shifts to a higher vibration, things that were fine the previous year start to feel not right all of a sudden. And that's because your resonance is changing. So you're starting to attract different energies, and you're starting to feel different ways about things. So it's completely normal. This is happening to a lot of people. And for you specifically, they're showing that this career, this job has served you for the time it needed to serve you, but you will be transitioning. But this is where free will comes in. They're saying there are other opportunities for you, but you have to be open to them. One of the biggest things holding you back is the stability factor. They're saying that you feel because it's stable that you should probably stay. Like you're like, logically, this makes, I feel like stupid if I just threw all this away for what?
Benefits, security.
Yeah, and it feels like almost like a trap of security, right? Like it's almost the trap of security. So what they're saying is they're showing it's going to be several months, maybe 6 months to a year before you transition. Take that time to start to reflect on the things that you're looking for. Like, what is it that within you that doesn't sit well about this particular path? You know, what are some things that you started to be attracted to, and start to kind of lay out, what does that mean to you? How does that make you feel? What are some potentials you see coming up? You can meditate on those, but it does make me feel your career is going to have a shift in 6 months to a year. So take that time to really start to, and you can make it happen a little faster, by the way. This is just on the current path as of today. This is where free will is very powerful in certain things. So you can, they're saying there's something that you've been feeling as far as like an interest that you've been having that you maybe feel a little bit hesitant about, that you're maybe a little scared of, or a little, maybe you keep pushing it in the back of your mind. So they're saying, like, pay attention to the little inklings you get that are so faint, because they might be trying to tell you something. So start listening to like the little voice in the back of your head that's maybe giving you ideas, and see like what you've been drawn to lately. Compare your life last year as opposed to this year. What's changed? How's your perspective shifted? So that's the advice they are giving you on that path.
I hope that helped. So there's some new people that joined that I kind of admit in the room. Just let you guys know, everyone's on mute, so there's no background noise. But if you guys have any questions, go ahead and chat in the Zoom chat below if you have like to ask anything. If there's someone specifically you want to ask from the afterlife, please let us know their name so we can pull them through faster. Okay, Linda Sutton Smith. Mine's a personal question. I am over 60 and feel that I may have found a person that I could have a relationship with. I would like to know if this friendship could develop into more, and if my parents would have any messages for me.
You said this person was Linda?
Linda Sutton Smith. Let me know if you need the name of her parents.
Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, Linda, so I see a lot of laughter and moments of joy with this person. It feels like there's a certain connection there that does make you laugh. It feels like they make you laugh a lot, or there's like this very positive kind of effect from being around this person. And it almost feel like they bring out maybe more of a fun side to you, or they make you more, I don't know, like there's more activities or things you're maybe interested in now. Like it feels like it's a pretty positive effect on your life. I'm not seeing like a darkness around this person or anything. I think that with time, this could develop into a relationship from what they're showing me. It feels like the seed is there, and it's really about feeling of when the time is right, kind of letting it evolve naturally, and to be completely honest with one another about how you're feeling, because there's always that fear of rejection or of misalignment, like, oh, maybe it's just me, what if I'm making this all up? What if they don't feel that same way about me? So the key is just to be honest with yourself and with them, and you know, your guides are saying to that, you know, it would be best if this person was doing the same for you, because then there's not like missed opportunities because there's lacking of communication. So they're saying just communicate, be honest and open, and it's worth taking a risk. So don't let things hold you back from enjoying this relationship. So it's like that thing that grows. They're showing me the seed, and it's just growing. So just be patient with that and enjoy the good vibes you get from that relationship, because it seems like it's really sweet. And then as far as messages from parents, right? A female energy stepped forward and feels like mom energy. And she's very, very kind, has a very kind smile. And she's saying, we love you very much. It's interesting. Your parents are presenting themselves actually in their, I would say like 40s. That's how they're presenting themselves. Very supportive energy. They just said, they're saying, trust your heart. That's what your mom is saying. Trust your heart, because she says you have a big heart, and she's acknowledging that maybe sometimes you don't want to trust it because you're afraid of maybe being hurt. But she's saying, trust your heart. It knows the answers. Your dad says, we are with you and we love you very much. They're very happy. They're holding hands, and they have a lot of light around them. So it feels like their energies really, at least in the afterlife, they connect really nicely, and they kind of create this beautiful glow of unified energy. So they're even enjoying each other's company in the afterlife. And I just saw like a smaller dog run by. I don't know if that was a dog of yours or theirs, but I just saw like a little dog run by real fast. Pets like to come through sometimes in these readings. It could have been one of their childhood pets too, but it's just a very loving energy. They're saying, trust your heart, and we love you very much.
Okay. Question for Kelser Colino. Who protects him on the other side? I guess who's his guardian?
So for you, there's a prominent male that comes forward. Feels like almost a grandfather type figure. Doesn't mean they're necessarily your grandfather in life, but they have that kind of energy. This person is kind of stoic, meaning like they don't show, they're not like, they don't show like a lot of, they're not very like expressive with their face, or like maybe they don't emote, they don't show how much they're feeling, but it's very protective. I'm seeing also an angel. This angel has like white silver energy. I see angels as auras. I don't really see them as winged, like humanoid beings. I see them more as like they're just the essence, their energy, because that's their natural form. So I see a whitish silver aura angel that's with you, has been with you since birth, he's saying. There's a female too that is more of the nurturing energy for you. She protects you she protects your, it almost feels like protects your heart. Protects your heart. And this could be a guide or a family member. But she's someone who helps your emotions. And then you also have, I'm seeing like about 4 beings behind them. And these feel like a mix of ancestors and guides. There's more. It's weird the way they're layering it, is like there's several layers, but they all have different tasks. One of the guides is saying that they're coming forth and saying that their specialty is helping with education. They're like an education guide. They help kind of push you in the direction to grow your mind and it's not necessarily with school, but just like educating you and expanding your awareness and your mind. So those are the prominent ones that came forward. So you got a nice team protecting you.
Okay, from Maida, who protects me on the other side? Who are my spirit guides?
Right away, I see this kind of angel that's almost like a warrior angel energy. Like it's like a very noble, I almost wonder if it's Michael. He has that kind of energy of like, I don't know, it's this very noble energy. So you have this kind of, I'm going to say it's Archangel Michael, who is a very protective around you. It feels like they're there protecting you, especially as you travel. This angel is really to protect you from harm, because he's saying you're supposed to serve. It's like you're meant to serve humanity in some very specific ways. So this being is saying that you're protected when you travel, when you're doing things that are for humanity. You're extra protected because it's part of it's your contract. That's what you're made for this. And so you also have, I'm seeing a green angel as well, who feels like they're there to keep you, almost like it feels like emotional stability. And then I'm seeing a lady. She's like, looks like maybe in her, she keeps shifting actually between like 50s and like 70s almost, like. But this woman is also protecting you. Feels like a family member. Could also be a spirit that was with you for a long time, in other lives even. But this spirit feels connected to you. And then you have several guides that are there to help you with, like one's like logistics, to help you with logistics. Because it feels like you have to deal with a lot of logistical stuff. And then the other one is saying that they're for love. That's so pretty. They're there for love, because I guess the type of relationships you're in are gonna, like, they don't, they basically, like, because you're supposed to be a big service to this world, like, they guide you towards the right kind of love, for example, because that can throw you off, for example, from your path. So you're very protected in several different ways. So yeah, we've got quite a nice
army.
What was that?
I was like, a nice army.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So John, this is Jeanette's husband, wants to know if he's going to get the job in her job environment. If he gets that job, around when will that be?
Okay. That's a good question. It's interesting. It feels like you're going to get the job. It's likely you're going to get the job, but it feels like you two may not be synced up at some point, like in the near future. So it's almost like maybe you're coming in as she's starting to like distance herself. It's interesting the way they're showing it, but it feels like there's a really high chance of you getting the job. It actually feels like it's maybe a little more suited for you. This environment's a little more suited for you, and your, I don't know, your path that you're on. So it feels different when I'm looking at it for Jeanette versus you. It's a different, it responds to your energies very differently. So I feel like she's going to continue to kind of start to grow this other direction, and you're kind of, it's like this. It's like, here she is, it's almost like this kind of thing. So I think there's a high chance you're going to get the job, and it feels like within a year.
Awesome.
In this coming year.
Okay. For Danelle, does her grandma Josie have a message for her? Danelle.
The name Danelle?
Yeah. Hey, girl.
Sorry, can you repeat that whole thing, actually?
So yeah, does her grandma Josie have a message for her?
Oh, I love that name, Josie. Okay. She's just making me smile so much. I can't stop smiling. She has this wonderful energy. Oh my gosh. It's funny. I don't know why she was showing me like a kitchen. So it feels like she's like, that's her domain. Or it was like her domain. And it feels like you might share a gift for cooking, or you might share an interest in that. And maybe it's something you're trying to work on, but she's attached to that energy. She loves that type of creativity. I don't know. Okay, do you have dogs? Because I feel like there's dog energy around you, or maybe you're gonna get a dog. Yeah, you got a dog. Yeah, she's showing me the dog. At least I feel like a dog, and I guess she really likes the dog. She likes the dog energy. She says it's really healthy for you. She says it's good for your emotions. She's really happy you have that energy around you. She said she loves seeing you laugh. She said when you were really little, and I'm not sure if she was physically around at this time, but like she loved the way you laughed when you were really little, and you still have that. You still have this sweet laugh, she's saying. So she loves you very, very much. She shows that she hangs out. She likes to sit on your couch and kind of like play with the dogs. And she just really loves you. She's really attached to you. And she's sending love to the family. She's very happy. She's kind of like has a little bit of sass to her almost, like it's really cute. She's a little sassy, but it's really endearing. And she has a lot of energy. Like some spirits come through and they just kind of hit me with that energy. That's her. So yeah, very lovely energy. So she loves you, she's with you, and she's very happy on the other side.
Awesome, thank you. Jing, is there a message from her spirit guides and her ancestors?
Sorry, I zone out sometimes because I'm getting all this information. Can you repeat that again?
Yeah, no, for Jing, is there a message from her spirit guides and ancestors?
Okay, so interestingly, right away, this being that I'm not even sure is human came forward. And it's a female kind of energy. She looks like she's dressed in like, I can't even describe it because I don't even know if it's like of earth necessarily, but there's a female energy that came through for you right away. It feels like you're connected to this non-human energy, but they've worked with you all this whole life, and it feels like you are connected with this being in another lifetime, at least another lifetime. And it feels like very beautiful. It's like a almost very nature-y feeling to it. Very, I don't know. It's hard to describe because it's not like something traditional. But this being is with you. Feels like as a guide, but also as an ancestor when you were not like a human being. I guess that's the best way to put it. So you also have. It feels like you actually have several ancestors that are, I mean, from a long time ago that you would have never known because they're like so many generations back and so far through time. You're very connected with like healers. You have a lot of healer ancestors that, and it's interesting seeing them all these different nationalities. They're human. A lot of them are human, and I'd say most of them are. And you have a deep connection with healing energy. So that's something that is around you a lot, and it's probably a natural gift that your spirit is really attuned to. And then I'm also seeing family members. I'm seeing a older male and female coming forward, and they are. It's interesting just to see how they react when they come forward, because they're all very different. It's interesting. They're kind of serious, but they have a lot of love. They have a lot of love. And they're very supportive, at least now in death, like on either side, they're very supportive, like strong, almost like strong energy. Like they're not like bubbly or anything, but they're very supportive, like almost like two pillars of strength in your life. So I'm not sure which generation they're from, but it feels like they're a lot closer to you. It could have been from this lifetime. And it feels like the message is really to listen to your gifts, because you have a lot of kind of psychic gifts, a lot of healing gifts, and it can make you really sensitive to other people. It can make you kind of overwhelmed easily by your environment and by crowds and things like that. But you're very gifted. So they're saying to trust yourself, to trust those gifts, and that you're very loved and supported. You have a lot of power around you. You're a very powerful person. Even if you don't always feel like you're powerful, you really are. Very old soul. So that's kind of the insight they wanted to give you. They're just saying trust yourself because you know your path. That's what they just said. So powerful statement for you. And it's something where you have to kind of go deep and move past all the let's say cultural barriers that have been imposed on you, the societal barriers, and kind of going deep to your core to find those answers. So that's what they're saying for you.
Okay, this is Annie. My cousin passed away a couple years ago, and I was wondering if they have any messages for me. Maria, let me know if you need a name to pull them through, or if you can actually pull through right now.
So the person asking the question is Annie?
Mm-hmm.
And their cousin passed away.
A couple years ago, yeah. Guys, make sure when you guys ask if you're trying to get someone in the afterlife, just to provide their name so we can pull them through faster.
I don't know why I'm getting like a G or J sound. I don't know if it's another family member. Feeling there is a younger man coming through. I'm not sure if that's your cousin, but there is a younger man coming through. His style's a little different, so I'm trying to. I was also getting a female energy too, but it was really fast. I don't know if they moved to the side because of the other. It wasn't the cousin, but I guess okay. So they're talking about the family being. It's showing it's affected. It's affected everyone pretty heavily, and it's kind of feels like there's a lot of or at least several family members that are kind of almost like sensing them around, or wondering if they've been around, sensing them. They're not being super, like gregarious or anything right now. They're kind of serious. But it feels like they've crossed over. I'm asking for messages. Okay, I just heard, don't worry about me. So they're fine. They're doing well on the other side. Feels like they're still adjusting though energetically. There's a kind of a feeling of adjustment going on where it's almost like I think it's like a processing. I'm not sure if they had an illness of some sort or that there was some sort of trauma involved with their passing, but it feels like they're still adjusting. But they're happy. They're happy. They're just presenting to me as more serious, but it could just be the way I'm reading their communication. So they just said love. They said they're sending love to you all. And they really want you to know that they're doing okay. They're safe. They're protected, and they're with you guys. And so it feels like though there's several members of the family that may have been suspecting that they've been like sensing this person around. So to trust that that energy, I guess, to make sure that you don't doubt yourself when you feel them, when you might think it might be them. I think that's the gist of what they're about.
Okay, I'm just trying to get all the questions together. All right, so for Angie Whitehall, I'm wondering if you have any further messages from my Uncle Wayne. You provided a message from him about 6 months ago. I'm wondering if there's any updates.
Okay. So he's coming through with a big smile. He's very happy. So he's doing really well. He's thriving, actually. He has a lot of energy. So it feels like he's really like been, I think the last communication, I don't know, it helped him kind of move up a little energetically, like lift it because he got some stuff off of his energy, I guess, by talking about certain things. So he just feels very light, very happy. He's saying, I support you all. So he's saying he's supportive of the decisions you're making right now. And he's saying he's really happy that you guys are paying attention to him because you guys it feels more aware of him. And it makes him super, super happy. I think that's also partially why he's coming through in such a good mood, is that he's really happy that that you guys are acknowledging him, I guess. And it feels too like he's acknowledging that several family members have healed a lot more. Oh, sorry, probably a spirit getting in the way. Okay. That healing is just, I don't know, it's like he's showing me like the family being connected in like a circle almost of energy, and like there's like parts of the circle that like when they light back up, it like feeds the whole family. It's this interesting little like demonstration he's showing me. So he's just very happy, and he is supportive of the decisions you're making, and it loves you all very much. And he's saying you're going to be okay. That's what he also wanted to say.
Okay, this is from Wally or Walter Buffet. Does his wife Kathy have any messages for him or his daughter Diana?
Okay. Sister Kathy? Is that what you said?
No, wife.
Oh.
Kathy Buffet.
That was really interesting because when I said sister, like I was feeling a lady who was a mother energy. She was reflecting a mother energy to the child, or the the daughter.
Mm.
So it's kind of funny how the energy did not match when I asked. um, very loving energy to, especially to the daughter. It's really sweet. She's showing me like it could be a memory, or it could be like energetic action. She's showing like a brushing the hair of the daughter. It feels like this. It could be just energetic, or it could be a memory of like brushing the hair. Like it's a very sweet kind of moment, and it feels like there's something with the hair. I think she still plays with the hair, or like maybe the daughter feels tingles or something. It could be her. That's one of their loving kind of things that she does. She says, "I miss you so much." Oh, she's saying you've done an amazing job. She's very proud of you, husband. She's very proud of the daughter. She's so thankful, she said, for the time you had together. She felt, at least from the perspective she has now, she felt it was, she learned a lot of good lessons, a lot of things that helped her soul grow. And she's so happy she got to spend that time with you. And she's sorry that she's not there today in the physical, but she's with you all the time. She's just expressing so much pride for you both, and she's just loves you so much. She's with you a lot, and she wants you to know that she's happy, she's healed. She just looks really radiant, to be honest. She looks really radiant and healthy, and she just has this amazing energy. So she's doing great. And yeah, she's sending lots of love to you guys.
Let's see here. This is from Cece or Cecilia. Who are my guides? Any messages from them? And then the second question is, I'm supposed to start a job at the end of the month. Is it a good fit for me?
Okay, so the first question are who are my guides? And the second question is about the job.
Yeah, so do her guides have any messages for her? And she's starting a job at the end of the month. Is it a good fit for her? No, I think she's frozen. Oh no. Don't know. Oh no. Okay. Did I lose Maria? Let me see. I think I lost her. No, come back. Let me text her. I think I lost you. Sorry, guys. Maybe I'll call her. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, you just click on the, if you click on the link. Oh, like restart. Got it. No worries. Okay. Bye. Sorry, she just lost internet connection, so just gonna hang tight. Do I do readings? No, I do everything behind the scenes. I do some palm reading, but we haven't posted that up lately on the as a service on the website, just mainly because just us two trying to hold down the fort for the Happy Healing Shop is really busy. When the spirit energy got too much, disrupted connection. Someone said, I think my spirit guides are angry. So that was funny. And also, I hope you guys, I'm guessing you guys enjoy this. So like, honestly, like we're always like up for suggestions. So if you guys like webinars or workshops or like doing this monthly where people can stop by and just kind of like you let your friends know and stuff like that, let us know, because we're still experimenting about like what events to do and what products to launch. So if you guys want to know more about like tarot or like get trained in that, or even like Reiki energy and want to learn more about that, like let us know, because that's how we know what our audience likes. For palm reading, gifts, no, I actually just learned it from reading a lot of books. My grandpa used to do it, but it's one of those things where you study it a lot, and then you just practice it, and then over time you kind of get used to seeing all the different lines on a hand, and you can see the patterns and find a person's personality and things like that. Reiki, I'll type it in, Reiki. There you go. So Reiki is like, it originated from Japan. It's like a kind of like an energetic healing modality. Oh, Maria's coming back on. Woo! Okay. Hi. Oh, let me unmute you. My bad. Wait, I think you're on mute. Thank you, host. Yep. Oh no. Why can't you unmute? Can you unmute yourself, Maria?
Yeah, I just unmuted. Can you hear me okay?
Cool. Yes. Okay. Well, back to Cece's spirit guides got angry. No, it's kidding.
I had to switch back to my old machine. That's funny. It's my new machine that was having trouble connecting to the internet. I put my old brick up here and it's working. So sorry about that, guys. So
yeah.
Back to your reading.
Yes. So for Cece, yeah, any messages from her spirit guides, and also she's starting a new job at the end of the month, and is that a good fit for her?
So yeah, I'm feeling, so I told you have kind of two like ascended master type energies, a male and a female, have kind of like the halos around their head. You have a lot of children energy around you, and they're saying that this job is going to teach you some important things. So it may not be one that lasts forever, but it's going to be one that teaches you quite a lot of skills that'll be helpful for the future. So they're giving you the go ahead on it because you're supposed to learn some very important things from this job. But it feels like that's not the end of your path as far as career goes. It feels like I keep seeing like a lot of children energy around you. So there's something to do with that also. That's maybe not, I don't know if that's something you're working with yet, is children or in some way or have some abstract way, but at some point it feels like that's something important in your life that will come into play.
Awesome. Okay, so there's more questions from some people. So Erin, do you see any children for me? And okay, so in general, it's like, see, there's three parts here. Do you have any messages for me? Do you see any children for me? And does my grandma Marie have any messages for me? There you go.
So, as far as the children goes, I see two children in your path. I see two children. I'm not sure if they're going to be adopted or if it's going to be through natural birth or some other means. But I see two children, two child energies in your future. So it feels like there's two of them. So that I do see that for you. Grandma Marie.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other question?
Any messages for?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Grandma Marie is giving you a big energetic hug, just like a huge hug, very, very sweet and very loving. She's saying, I'm very proud of you. I love you very much. It's interesting. She almost makes me feel like there was some psychic abilities in the family on her side, or that she had some sort of, maybe, I don't know if she was open about it, but she had some sort of maybe some psychic gifts or something in the family energetically that feels like psychic abilities. So she was just kind of playfully talking about that. She says, I'm so happy to talk to you today. She said, okay, so she's talking about self-doubt. She's saying that she knows that you are struggling with being hard on yourself, doubting yourself or doubting if you're doing the right thing. And she wants you to know that you're doing a great job and that you are very, very loved. You have so much love coming to you from the other side, and that you are a really good person. She's very proud of that fact that you're a very good person, and you are really, she says, maybe sometimes you might not always realize what a positive impact you make on the people that know you. So she's very proud of that, and very just, I don't know, she's just expressing like a lot of support and a lot of warmth and a lot of pride for you. And she's saying that you're going to be taken care of. So trust yourself, trust your abilities, trust your talents, because she's saying like there are a lot of blessings that are going to come to you, but you just have to trust yourself. That's one of the biggest messages she has for you. She's doing well. It's interesting. She's a little playful. It's like, at least now she's a little playful, and she feels like she likes to visit everyone and kind of like, I don't know, like do little things. I don't know if she like turns the lights off or like knocks something over, or like, I don't know, there's this feeling that she's around and she's kind of active. So she's crossed over, but she likes to come and visit. So that's what she was just kind of playfully noting as well. So yeah, lots of love to you from her, from the other side. Oh, you're muted? How? Oh no. She gets you posted. How did that happen? Oh,
Okay. No, I accidentally unmuted myself because I was trying to type and get all these questions together, but then because I made you host, I couldn't unmute myself.
Oh.
Okay. We have a lot of questions, but I'm just trying to get to the ones where like people haven't, like new people have asked. So first, so they have a chance to ask. So Telephone, do I have any good news coming my way professionally or personally in the near future? Like job, love.
Can you repeat their name again?
Telephone?
Telephone. Oh, cool name. Okay. And the question is, do you have job and...
Pretty much like any good stuff coming professionally or personally in the near future, like job, love, etc.
Yeah, good questions. Good questions. Oh, so they're showing me, feels like your guides are coming through now, and they're showing, it feels like you've been on getting curious about a relationship. Like maybe you've been on some dating apps, or you've been kind of starting to look around, or getting ready to maybe look around. But it kind of feels like you work a lot, or you're really busy in some way. So they're just showing that it feels like you've got like opportunities in several areas coming in. It feels like relationship is something they're highlighting, that there might be a relationship coming in the next year. So it could be anywhere from, they're saying as soon as a few months from now to a year, there's an opportunity for a serious relationship. If you're not already in one, they're showing me relationship energy. So as far as career, there's two different opportunities that might come in that are kind of bigger opportunities for you for a career, I guess, options. So it's, both of them have really good lessons for you. So they're saying just follow your gut, but it feels like there's going to be specifically two ones that really interest you that come up. Also probably in the next year. And I'm seeing if there's anything else important they want to read through. Oh, okay. One of them just said self-care, to make sure you're, I don't know if you're currently like working a lot but they keep showing me there's a lot of energy, a lot of like movement around you. And so they're saying to make sure you rest, to take care of yourself, to, they're saying meditation would be really good for you. And having some peaceful, like some tranquil times to just kind of bring down that energy a little bit and kind of balance it out. So those are the things they're mostly focusing on for you. Let's say like within, like in this next about like a year. Sorry, my mouse is not connected, so I'm gonna do this. Okay. Does anyone else have?
Oh, sorry. I just zoned out because I was reading comments and trying to catch up. Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna ask one question for myself here, just to kind of break before I ask the second round of people, because some people are doing have gone already, but they've asked questions. This one is for the coronavirus. This one we forgot to cover on our video. Why does it seem like kids are not being affected by it?
Oh, this is such a great question. And I had the same question. And right after we did our channeled video about the coronavirus that we recently posted, literally like minutes later, I was like in my head asking my guides, like, what's the deal with the kids and the coronavirus? And what they told me was kind of surprising. What they said was that basically the coronavirus, it's a tool to kind of morph humanity in a certain way, and certain people are more in line for that lesson that the coronavirus is offering, and children are just not quite in that energetic resonance for the coronavirus, because it's not really a lesson for the children, it's actually for the adults. So really, especially certain generations, it's so basically the children are kind of their vibrations are so high and they're so kind of pure and innocent that they don't really need that lesson that the coronavirus is offering them in the same way that everyone else that's an adult might encounter. So that they're kind of protected for the most part from that energy, because it's just not even a match for them and what they have to learn. That's not for their generations necessarily. So that's the main kind of answer they gave for that.
Awesome. All right. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have about 8 more questions, and then I like cut it off. So I just want to let you know that.
Okay.
just because we can go on 24/7 with this stuff. From Moon, do you see me getting married ever again?
I see a yes, but in this next relationship, it's going to take a lot longer to get there because marriage is not going to be the thing that's on the forefront of your mind. You're going to see it differently. You're going to see the idea of marriage differently. You're going to be focusing more on the relationship as like a partnership. So it feels like eventually that will become again a potential for you, but it feels like you're not going to necessarily feel the need to jump in with both feet and get married to this person. It feels like you're going to enjoy the partnership. And if you're going to, it's kind of there's something you've learned that is kind of affecting, it's like a maturity of the way you see coming together as a union. So yeah, it's going to feel natural to you. Like the partnership will feel natural to you. And there's not going to be a huge like push to get married necessarily in a short period of time. It's something you're going to be a little more lax about or a little more relaxed about because you're getting what you need from the relationship as a partnership. So it is a potential for you again, but it seems like you're actually going to find someone who's going to be a pretty good match for you. I'm seeing 3 years. So it could happen sooner than that, but that's on this current path. That's within 3 years. So it could happen sooner than that, likely probably a little sooner, but that's the range they're giving me is within 3 years. You're probably going to find someone really that you connect with that is just a really great partnership. It's going to be a nice change for you.
Do you need a water break?
Oh, that's okay. I got my little bottle right here.
I was like, I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. I'm not even doing the talking. Okay, from Maida, 2 questions. When do my spirit guides see me getting married or having children? And then any messages from grandma who passed away last year? Doesn't know the grandma's name though.
No worries. Okay, so for marriage, I'm seeing within 2 years, and then for children, I'm seeing 5 years from now. So they're saying that there's a lot of work you're doing. So you're going to be busy and the time's going to fly right by. That's what they're saying. It's going to fly right by, but you're going to know it's going to feel right. It's going to feel like everything's kind of locking into place. So for example, right now they're saying would not be a good time to get married, not even in the next year. So they're saying 2 years, there's going to be an opportunity. There's likely an opportunity that's going to show up for you to actually think about marriage and to start planning that, or that it's going to come in. So just a reminder to everybody that predictions are, they're not set in stone, because when the reader is giving the prediction, it's only based in the current timeline you're on right now, the current path you've been from birth to now. You could do something completely different when you know, later today or another day that changes the path slightly, and then the potentials change a little bit or a lot. Just depends on what is something that's like a destiny marker or something that's kind of free will driven. So there's a mix of those things in her life. So as far as Maida's grandmother, she's a very humble lady, very humble woman. Feels like she went through a lot in her life, like she went through a lot of hardship. And she's very humble, just a very humble, wise energy. And she's also very, I guess you could say, protective of Maida, and has served as like a guardian for her. She says, so grandma's saying that you are a very strong person. Like you have some kind of strength that is a very special, it's very special. It's almost like a gift, a power, an ability. And that she's saying she too was very strong in life. She had to be. And your strength will help others when they can't be strong. Like your strength will help lift up others. So she's very supportive of the path that you're on, and she is kind of guarding, protecting you And there's definitely like a sense of pride. But it's interesting, pride feels different from different spirits. It's interesting, pride has like a different expression for different energies, but it's like she has a very, almost like a stoicism to her. And it's very just strong. That's the kind of feeling I feel from her. She's very strong, very like it takes a lot to like she's been through some stuff and she's seen some stuff, and it's so her energy is very like tough, I guess you could say. So you have that toughness too.
Okay, and then just to let you guys know, when it comes to future and predictions, think of it as kind of like that latest, the most recent Avengers movie, the 3-hour long one. And when they have that time stone, and when they say one little thing changes, it just changes on a different trajectory path. So whatever Maria can see, it's only based on like what is right now. But let's say like someone else like comes across your path and like just changes all of a sudden, that it's going to have a different prediction. So just want to let you guys know that. So when you guys go to any psychic, you're not like, they got it wrong, you know? Okay, from Celine, do you have any other messages or warnings from family members who passed away? There's grandmother Helena, grandfather Ramdan, father Luis, uncle Francois, or stepbrother Terry. So pretty much anyone from, those are the names from the family members.
Grandfather came through very strong. He popped up in the front. They're all with him, but he popped up as like the representative, I guess you could say. He got that like composed kind of vibe about him. He's like very composed and like very like strong, and like he can take information and like put it together well. So they've said like, okay, you speak for us. So they're with him, like a little posse, like a little crowd right behind him, and then he stepped forward as like the representative. So what he's saying is, so first of all, he's lots of love to give. So he's saying there's a lot of love surrounding your family. There's you're very much protected. He's like showing like an energy of love, just wrapping up the whole family. So I don't know if it's the kind of connection you guys have, there's this closeness, but he's showing that the love like they give, there's still love in those who are still living in the family. There's just a lot of love and closeness. So he is acknowledging that they're so happy that you're so surrounded by love on the earth plane, but also in the spiritual realm. So it feels like you have, I'm seeing, there seems to be a couple maybe elderly or older people in your family that are maybe a little worried right now, or a little, I don't know if there's like, I'm seeing maybe, I don't know, someone in their like maybe 50s or 60s. And then there's another older person who's a little older, it feels like, in your family that's still living, that are maybe having a little bit of anxiety right now or fear. And they're just saying to try and hold on to that feeling of love. Just feel the love from the family and know that he's saying releasing fear is a really big part of protection. So for them and for the family to, he's saying enjoy laughter, enjoy happiness, like to create it, even if it's not in the world around you right now, to create that in your own homes and with each other, even if it's just talking to each other on the phone when you can't see each other in person right now. He's saying to just keep that energy alive of like family jokes. He's talking about family jokes, your family like teasing or something. He's saying like that's really good. It's really like cute, like happy energy that it lifts people up, you know, and also the teasing, even though it's teasing, it feels like that's how you connect with each other. That's how you bond. That's like your love language almost with each other. So he just wants you to know that making sure he's saying sleep, making sure, I feel like several people might be struggling with sleep right now, making sure they get enough sleep, because that's really important during this time especially. And sorry, he started like throwing out like almost like vitamins or something, like to take there's certain vitamins. Like, I don't know if a couple people in your family might be deficient in a couple things. I don't know if they're taking their supplements or something. It's a weird, like, little, like, just threw it right in there. Like, I don't know if it's like magnesium or something like that. But he's just saying to remember to take the supplements, to remember to stay on top of all that. And then he's saying, feels like one of you is really attached to water. I don't know, there's some member of your family that's really attached to water. And he's saying that even if they're stuck inside, to like still take baths or like take showers, because that actually makes their energy lift higher. Like, it makes their vibration higher. So he's just saying to make sure that they still connect with the water, even if they're stuck at home. So, but they're sending so much love to you all. They're trying to protect you guys right now. They're showing me like this golden bubble of love around you all. And so you're being supported and protected, and just to make sure to laugh and keep talking to each other. So that's what he mainly wants to talk about. Thanks for your question.
From Jeanette, let me see, it's a paragraph here, so I'm trying to write down. Jeanette, for some reason, the relationship with my mom isn't what I want it to be. She's amazing, but I have this feeling of annoyance to her, and I think it's because I feel like she's weak mentally, because she allows my dad to treat her poorly. I want to change. How can I change? What can I do to change my feelings with her? It's totally me, but I can't kick the feeling.
Okay, wow, yeah, your guides are coming in strong for this one. So they're saying that basically it's something that can help you not only in this circumstance, but also like in other interpersonal like issues you might come across, is kind of the concept that you're on a certain path and then they're on a certain path, and sometimes they intermingle, but really there's things that are just not it's not meant for you to learn, let's say, and like your mom still has to learn those things. And if she's not, you can tell her things, or you can be frustrated about certain things to try and bring some light to or some, to kind of, I don't know, maybe get her to think differently or something. But they're saying that she still has some important lessons she needs to learn about boundaries and about her own identity. It feels like she's not confident in her own identity, and so she's letting not just him, but it feels like she's let people kind of push her around throughout her life, and it's hard to watch. But you do have a different energy, you do have a different vibration. So when you guys get together, you feel this automatic maybe sense of tension or frustration. And it makes you feel like something's wrong with you, but it's not. It's just that your vibrations are so the resonance is so different that you're gonna feel really uncomfortable around that, because you're just in completely different zones. So it's not like, anything's wrong with you or that you need to like change anything. It's more of about the way you think, the way you like understand like what's at work. So what they're saying is to just have compassion for her. And they're talking about unconditional love, and they're saying like you can still be frustrated with someone and unconditionally love them, but it's more of like sending that energy to her, and that she's gonna learn, but it might not be at the pace you would hope it is. So you're gonna be frustrated for a while. So they're saying the best thing to do is to focus on the things that you enjoy about her, to try to take out the judgment that you might have when you see her doing certain things that make no sense to you or that you feel are harming her. And just know that as tough as it is to watch, these are important lessons that she's learning. And she has to learn about how to be strong in her identity and to speak, to use her voice. I'm seeing like her throat chakra is maybe a little like weakened, a little blocked, like it's not easy for her to kind of speak up for what she wants or needs. It almost feels like I'm muted, like she's not, that there's so much she should be speaking up about, basically. So they're saying, they're sending a lot of love to you, saying we know this is very frustrating, but just focus on the things that you do enjoy about your mom, and just send her unconditional love, and and know that nothing's wrong with you. You don't have to change. You just understand you're on different frequencies, literally.
Okay. Arnold and Kelser would like to know if you see them taking on this project overseas after we can all safely travel.
Yes, I do. And it's also, some things about it are going to change a little bit, I think, for the better. So it's almost like, because society is shifting its perspective right now and its understanding of things, it feels like there could be more opportunities in this project because of the mindset everyone's going to be in when this settles down a little bit. They're saying just have some patience with it because there's going to be delays just because of everything going on right now. But it feels like it's going to morph into something slightly different than what it was before, but I think for the better. So they're just saying to like, to keep doing the work you're doing as best you can, and to have patience, because it feels like it's something you're going to experience. So yeah, just know it might morph a little bit. It might change a little bit.
Okay, from Rhiannon. Sorry, so many messages. Any messages from anyone or family? Uncle George, Grandpa Bill, Papa George, Mama Lucille? Feel like
I wonder if that's okay. Yeah, because I heard there was a G floating around earlier, and I was like, who is this for? Papa George?
Let me see. Yeah.
Okay, so it feels like it's
Papa George and Uncle George.
Uncle George. Okay, so Papa George feels like he's coming through in the front, and he's got a really, at least in the afterlife, he's kind of playful and kind of funny. Like, he has kind of a playful energy. It's really adorable, actually. But that's something he's forefronting. It's like he's like a hug. He's like if a person was a hug. At least that's how he's presenting in the afterlife. So he's coming through, and then there is another man next to him. Okay, and there's several family members behind them, but these, it feels like Papa is the representative. So your question to him was like, any advice or messages, or is there something specific? I just want to make sure I ask.
Just messages.
Okay. Okay, so he's coming forth he wants to demonstrate the energy that needs to be in your life, but also people's lives right now, people who are watching this. So he's saying that the energy, the hug energy that I'm picking up on, that like if a person was a hug, like that's the kind of energy that can help people get through this right now and help the family get through this right now. Is even if we can't, be there to touch each other, hug each other, it's having that intention of that energy that we put forth in everything we do, even if we're stuck in quarantine. He wants us to remember that energy. And it feels like he's talking about infusing your environment with like, he's showing like a healing energy. So you could use like gold light, for example. He's showing like meditation. He's talking for you specifically as well. Like these last two things are specifically for you. And he's also talking about how, I heard him say, think outside of the box. About like, he's basically trying to help with the kind of claustrophobia and the feeling of being trapped and frustrated and worried in the situation. So he's talking a lot about bringing that energy, that like cozy energy, being cozy, creating a safe environment that feels safe to you. So if you're stuck at home and you usually don't feel like you enjoy hanging out there, like to make a safe space for yourself. He's really passionate about this, and he's really talking about jokes. He's talking about jokes. Like he's showing he likes to laugh. He likes to make jokes, And so he's saying that energy is very healing. And so it feels like there might be someone in the family that's kind of a downer, maybe a little bit. So he's just reminding them, just, you know, as a message to make sure they do things that make them laugh, even if it's watching a funny movie or letting someone tell them a joke or laughing at the irony of things. So that's what he's that's the energy he's bringing forward on behalf of the family.
Okay, cool. Last two questions. Y'all, I have to pee, but I'm holding it. Okay. Annie, how to connect to my spirit guides and angels, and wanted to know what messages they had for me. Okay, so I think we're going to do that as a blog post on, because people do ask that all the time, how can I connect to my spirit guides and angels? So Maria, if you could give like a quick synopsis of that, and then also what messages they had for Annie.
Okay, Annie. So you actually, I see 3 angels that actually work with you regularly. I'm not sure if you're in the healing field or if you're interested in the healing field, but they are saying that you have some natural abilities, psychic abilities, healing abilities. So that's something that you're meant to discover at some point. You're just going to discover it, whether you already have or you're going to. So they're saying that you can connect with them through music and meditation. For you is like 2 of the biggest ways you can. They're saying that there's something, music and you have a certain relationship, and they're saying like you open up a lot. And so you might have some clairvoyant interactions where like you'll see things in your mind's eye. Like pay attention to those, because they're with us all the time, the beings that work with us. We just have to be in a certain space so we can hear them, because they might be sending us information and we're just bouncing it out because we're distracted, we're stressed or whatever. So it's that creating that, using a sacred, having a sacred moment, whether it's just like, you know, zoning out, like listening to some music, or, you know, doing an intentional like meditation, which they say you would really do well with. That's the best way you personally can connect with them. Oh, they're saying drumming. If you ever do drumming, there's something with you and music. So that's something that they're saying is a way to connect with them pretty quickly. So put you in that zone. But yes, we will be writing something about this because it's a very great question and it's a very commonly asked question.
Mm-hmm. Okay, last one, and then, sorry, Jing, I'd like to ask about what is my gut health issue related to? Medical tests have all come back normal and okay. What should I be focusing on in order to heal?
Okay, so right off the bat, stress is a big one. Stress is a huge impact on your digestive system. You literally, it upsets the balance. So for you, you have to incorporate more things that are kind of soothing for your system to calm down your nervous system. That's a big one for you. And there's legitimate stuff that can stem from this stress that happens physically that's not really detected through tests, but it's like it creates imbalances, sensitivities. Your body can overreact to things, to certain foods or to certain situations. Like you might feel nauseous a lot. You might have like heartburn. Like it just shows like your stomach for you, that's like where you process a lot of energy in like your solar plexus area. That's a huge one for you. So they're saying that you need to do these very calming things, take calming supplements, hot teas, like herbal teas, listening to like calming music. That's a huge one for you. Sleeping with an eye mask on. These are the kinds of things we're talking about to help calm your system down. So that's the biggest thing to focus on. And then you might notice some of the stuff will let up a little bit, but you're very sensitive. You have a very sensitive system. So you might have like long-term food sensitivities and stuff. So just pay attention to how your body reacts after you eat certain things. Because you are sensitive. You have a sensitive body, which is great for being like a metaphysical person, but it kind of is frustrating sometimes when you're trying to live in your day-to-day kind of stressful, like human existence. So yeah, those are some recommendations for you.
Awesome. Well, guys, what did you guys think about this? We want to just kind of type in the chat box and about this event, or what else you guys like to see.
This is our first time doing
the first webinar.
Yeah, and this is my first time reading for this amount of people.
Yeah, and it's great to like kind of introduce people like how mediumship works. You guys can obviously book a session. Yeah, I want more, right? This time we went way over time. It's just like Yeah, and I hope it brought healing to some of you guys, because we know like sometimes you haven't had, it's been years since you've been able to talk to someone in the afterlife. Ooh, group guided meditation. Ooh, that's on our list of things to do. Yes, yes. Okay. So we just want to say thank you so much for coming out and supporting us, because honestly, like we started this only over just a year ago. It's like our 1 year anniversary. So it's like just seeing how it's starting to grow, it means so much to us. And so actually we're gonna have some upcoming events in April, again, online because we're all quarantined at home. And some of them include like online group Reiki sessions, energy healing. You can find out what Reiki is on our website, because our blog page has a lot of information that's free. And in case you're like, how does this work? That's like the perfect place to go. There's tarot readings and how to open up your psychic abilities workshop and more. So, but if there's any ideas, like, please let us know, like group guided group meditation, stuff like that, like, because we want to do what you guys want, because we can't read your minds. Well, maybe Maria can. Okay, so let us know below what you guys want to see from us, if it's like courses, workshops, webinars, and don't forget, you can go to thehappyhealingshop.com and book private one-on-one readings. Maria is amazing. She's read a lot for me. I've cried a lot. I've sat through so many readings with other people, and she's just amazing. And this is why I brought her on. So, and it's just like, you can go more in depth. Like all those questions you guys have, you can ask like 10 million more questions with a private session with her, right? And without 10 million people watching you. But yeah, so we have tarot, psychic mediumship, and stuff like that. But yeah, and also just find us, like, subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And yes, thank you so much for coming out, guys.
Thank you. It's an honor to get to read for all you guys. And I really love the idea of the guided meditation. So thanks, Arnold. Is that how you say it? I think you were the one.
I know. I feel like I butchered everyone's name today. I'm like,
let's do it like that. Let's come up with stuff that can keep us busy and hopefully give some people some guidance during this interesting time. But
yeah,
you all, thank you so much for joining us, and it was so great to see so many new faces and people who've been supporting us for a while now. And we hope to see you again very soon. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves and hang in there.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.